What are the best trashy horror movies out there? I just got done watching the remake of Street Trash, and it was okay aesthetically, and even the acting kind of had that trashy vibe to it. But you could tell it was a little bit of a higher budget. It didn't have that handmade feel. So I thought to myself, what makes a great trashy movie? So let's figure out some top five trashy horror films. Coming in at number five, the original Terrifier. Damien Leone wanted to show people what he could do, and there's honestly not much of a movie here. It's really just about slashes, kills, and gore. I actually love it more than the other two. I know that's the less popular opinion, but this is the trashiest one of the bunch, and that's what we're after. Next up, we got the original Evil Dead, another handmade, homegrown movie. It really was just a bunch of friends that got together and made a movie out in the woods, and it's now an absolute classic. Legend has it that the director of Basket Case carried around the $14,000 or so for the entire movie in his pocket while they filmed, and it does feel like that. This is one of those classic, gritty New York movies that feels like the whole crew came together just to make it happen. I love Basket Case. Speaking of the whole neighborhood getting together to make the movie, that's exactly what The Toxic Avenger is. I do have a weird soft spot in my heart for trauma movies, especially the trauma movies of the 80s and early 90s. They really do feel like they were put together by a bunch of people who just loved to make movies. They have some very interesting gore effects. They're kind of trashy. There's bad acting, but they are so much fun to watch. There's a ton of charm in these films, and the first one, of course, is legendary. But my personal top pick for best trashy horror film goes to Slumber Party Massacre. Growing up, I kind of wrote this movie off as just a cheesy slasher. I didn't realize until I rewatched it for our podcast, Rewind of the Living Dead, that this is actually one of the smarter, more subversive slashers that has ever been made. It's a very female-forward movie. Produced, written, and directed by women, with women in main character roles in this movie, including roles like, being the plumber or being somebody in charge. One woman knows judo. All the guys in the movie are sort of cowering and in the background and sort of useless. This is a very woman-forward movie. Yes, it's cheesily made. Yes, the effects are bad. Yes, the acting's bad. But we are talking about trashy movies here, and there is none amongst the bunch that is more important to women in the genre than Slumber Party Massacre. So do check this out. What are your top trashy horror films? Let's hear it in the comments. Peace.